The See Jane Go TV podcast, episode 4. It's Jane.
And it's JV.
And welcome to Podcast Quattro.
Yes, episode 4. It's happening quick. It's been a whole month.
Yeah, that actually did go by really quickly. First month
went by so fast. So
we've learned that I can't turn to look at you during the podcast because it ruins my voice. Don't you laugh at me.
Well, same thing for me. Like,
so
we
I will
need
be
to
staring into the camera for this entire podcast.
Yeah, so we've learned that if we kind of look around or move our heads away from the mic, then it drops out.
Then we sound terrible.
So we're gonna try and keep close to the mic this time.
Yeah.
Damn, I just looked to the left. But I want to. It's so natural to look at you when I'm talking.
I know. We should have a mirror behind the light.
Yeah.
And then we can stare at each other through the mirror.
There's some podcasts that have like on either side of the desk.
Yeah.
They're talking, but our setup is a little different.
Ouch.
Maybe
getting kicked.
Later on, like as this picks up, we'll get like a studio dedicated to podcasts.
Podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah. Feel my belly. Look at right here. Like she's pushing her bum up.
Yeah. Wow. Jeez.
Yeah, we're getting close to the end, guys.
Yes. People listening to the podcast know that Jane's pregnant, so we don't have to tell people.
No.
Yeah, because the people that listen to the podcast are like the actual real fans.
And we appreciate you.
Yeah, you guys are awesome.
Yeah.
The people that have subscribed on iTunes and on their podcast apps and SoundCloud, you guys are the best. So
some of my old friends have been listening, like friends where stories come up and they know that they were involved in the story, but I haven't necessarily shouted them out. And they're laughing so hard remembering things.
Yeah, it's so cool having this podcast. Like our fans on the live streams, like Ethan and his family.
Yeah.
I know they listen, so shout out to them.
Shout out to Luna, my little Luna. She calls me Mama Jane sometimes.
Yeah.
She's just a little girl, but she's so cool.
Yeah. So as you know, guys, the podcast drops every single Thursday on your listening devices like iTunes. Podcast app. We're trying to get it on Spotify, so it just makes it easier for everybody, but that's gonna take a while. So
today we have a couple of questions that came from the live stream that we're gonna pop in here. They're gonna come from me, but yeah, it's gonna be really awesome. And then I thought of some really funny things that I'm going to ask you about today.
I got some stuff too we're going to go down the rabbit hole on.
Okay, why don't you go first?
What? Me first?
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first. Mine are kind of long.
Okay, usually it's age before beauty, but okay. We'll do it the opposite.
Hey.
Okay.
I know if I do mine first, you're going to want to rush through it to get to yours, so let's just do yours.
True. Okay. Mine... I'll start with a soft one. What movie can you watch over and over and never get tired of?
Wow, never get tired of.
Never get tired of. You can watch it anytime. Anytime it's on television or anything, you watch it. And it could be something ridiculous. Like that, it's just, it's on. Yeah, I'll just watch it. I already watched it so many times.
There hasn't been a movie like that in a number of years. But
that's okay. It could be old.
We can even break this up. Like, what was the movie you saw in theaters the most and how many times?
I'm embarrassed. I don't want to say.
No, you can say it. Come on, no one's listening. It's just me and you.
I saw Titanic 3 times.
3 times?
And it was like a 3-hour movie. I was in love with Leonardo DiCaprio. I saw it 3 times in theaters.
3 times. It was that good?
Yeah.
And it's long, too. It's it was the first 3 hour. Not 3 hours, was it?
I think it was 3 hours.
It was 2 VHS. I remember it was 2 VHSs. I couldn't get through it.
What's a VHS?
I watched the first one and then I've never seen the second half.
Yeah, I was in love with him.
Yeah. Is that why, or just because the whole movie was good?
No, well, I loved him as Romeo in Romeo and Juliet.
That was a good movie when I was a kid. I don't remember. I don't know if it holds up now.
They modernized it. Yeah. No, now it still holds up because it uses the Shakespearean language, but it plays on a modern scene, and it even goes down the rabbit hole of Mercutio potentially being in love with Romeo. And it was I used to be an English teacher, and as an English teacher, I didn't even
pick that up.
Oh my gosh, it was when he goes, "A plague on both your houses," it's so clear that he's just so distraught by Romeo's choices, And Tybalt murdered him, right? Like he stabbed him.
I gotta watch it again.
Oh, it's good. That came out.
I remember there was like really
ago.
cool stylistic like guns and like.
Yeah, well, they said it was like a dagger, and then the gun was named Dagger. Like they were, the choices were incredible.
I gotta
and
see
that
it
was
again.
Claire Danes and Leonardo DiCaprio. And then I loved that, and it was like even at that point in my life, like I was just a kid, but I still loved Shakespeare so much. And then I think then Titanic came out shortly after or shortly before. I can't remember, but I was just all about Leo.
Yeah. So okay, 3 times you saw it.
3 times.
3 times.
Now let's
okay.
hear how many times you watched The Matrix.
I didn't even know.
Because I know it was like.
No, it wasn't that much further. So Matrix 1 I saw 4 times.
Oh my gosh.
And the second one I saw 5 times.
In theaters.
In theaters, because I kept wanting to take people to see it.
Because you wanted to see their face.
Yeah, I wanted to see their
how you
reaction.
Yeah.
Oh.
How ironic.
So The Matrix 1 was like, I don't know if some of you guys like when that dropped, when that came out, it was like
life-changing
for a lot of people. Like
Yeah.
when they walked out of the theater, they're like, holy crap, like is this a simulation? Like is this real? And a movie never made me feel like that before.
But Matrix did.
Matrix did. It made me feel like question everything and be like, what the heck is going on?
Did I watch Matrix 1 with you, or did I watch it on my own?
Oh man.
I think we watched it together.
I think we watched 1 together.
Yeah, and then 2, I was mad at you, so I watched it by myself.
Yeah, and then you fall asleep.
Yeah, and I watched it again, and I fell asleep again a little bit further. But you were so mad at me.
Yeah. We have to do that trilogy once because I watched Harry Potter. Trust me, I don't know.
Harry Potter was only 8 movies, man.
This is 3. It's only 3. And the first
you loved Harry Potter. You're a wizard, Harry.
It was good.
And a thumping good one at it.
Yeah, it was good. I liked Harry Potter. But I think you'll like The Matrix too, because now I've turned you into a full-blown nerd.
Ugh.
And you like sci-fi stuff now, so I think you'll like it. The clothes and stuff kind of doesn't hold up, like with their trying to be so cool and like leather jackets and like these little sunglasses. It's kind of weird now, but everything else is pretty cool. And then the one-liners are pretty hard to deal with too.
Yeah.
But
like all in what is that movie Triple X or something? And he's like, it's supposed to be like a whole bunch of one-liners. I live for this. Shh. Like,
They can't do that anymore. One-liners in movies, it's not the same. Okay, so a movie I can watch over and over again. Oh man, I think this is gonna be embarrassing too.
It's okay. Mine's embarrassing also.
But the 3rd Transformers movie.
You can watch it over and over?
I can watch it over and over. I love that movie.
Every time it's on TV, you'll just like, no matter where it's at, you'll just let it play?
I hate watching movies on TV because of commercials, but I have like a really high resolution version of it, and I'll watch it like every once in a while. I'll watch it again. Just the sound, the action, it's so well done. Yeah. And it's like, because I loved Transformers as a kid, I grew up with it.
Transformers.
And Optimus Prime, he was such a cool character to me. And then they embody him in the 3rd movie so well. And I don't know. I know people don't like those movies, but I like the 3rd. The 1st and 3rd are really good in my opinion.
Yeah. Do you want to know mine? It's very embarrassing.
Go ahead.
Okay, so
Zoolander.
No, growing up, it was like I have 3 different movies that I've done my whole life.
Let me try and guess. Hold on.
Okay. So the first one, think I was like a little kid.
Okay, I know they're gonna be wrong, but let me try. Something was that blonde? Something blonde. Hold on, don't tell me yet. And what was that one with? They're like Valley Girls, and they're like in a mansion, and then the guy from Scrubs is in it.
Faison?
Yeah, the guy from Scrubs is in it. What's it called again?
Faison,
Clueless is one of them.
Okay, Clueless is one of them.
Yes.
I could watch. I know every.
And Legally Blonde.
No kidding. Not Legally Blonde.
Okay.
But for Clueless, I know every single word. I could play any character in the movie. If like I walked outside and they said, Jane, you got to step in, you got to play this part. I could play any part, and I would get even the inflections in their words correct. Like that's how much I loved it.
Yeah, I could tell.
Clueless, but growing up, it was Judy Garland's The Wizard of Oz. And I know every song and everything. I'm probably going to sing it to Charlotte. Oh, so the baby.
It's okay. We already leaked it.
Yeah. I'm probably going to sing it to her all the time.
Yeah.
Because I used to sing it to my bird. We had a budgie growing up. And she would kind of like would try to like chirp along. But yeah, I loved The Wizard of Oz.
You know, when I was a kid, I would watch that Wizard of Oz too.
Yeah.
Like over and over, yeah.
It was incredible. And then it was Clueless. And then more recently, like in the last, God, it has to be 10 years by now. Can you guess what movie it is? It's so embarrassing. It's so similar to Clueless, but it's like the modern version.
I don't know.
There's a redhead in it.
Redhead in it. I don't know.
I'll give you a hint. That is so fetch.
I know where that isn't that. Okay, hold on. Mean Girls.
Yes, Mean Girls. I don't know why. I could watch it anytime it comes on TV, wherever it's at. I just let it play, unless it gives me the option to start from the beginning. Then I start from the beginning.
You know, when that movie came out, it was a really good movie. Yeah,
I think it holds up now.
Yeah,
even when I worked at Blockbuster,
it still holds up.
It was
I think.
always out. Like there were always people looking for Mean Girls.
Yeah, it's weird that just happened once and there wasn't like a Mean Girls 2 or 3 because it was such a popular, good movie.
Yeah.
Like even though like I'm not into that
Rachel
stuff.
McAdams was in it, like the Canadian actress.
Like I'm not into that stuff, but even like I was like, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think I forget who the director was, but it was a really good director.
There's a whole bunch of scenes shot in Canada.
Yeah, wasn't it all shot in Toronto?
Yeah, well, in there's what is it, Markville? Is it Markville Mall? The mall in Markham?
Yeah, Markville.
Yeah, so that's where the mall scenes are too.
Yeah.
It's really exciting. But yeah, those are my 3 embarrassing ones.
Okay.
So you started with The Wizard of Oz, and then you went to Transformers 3?
No, not The Wizard of Oz.
Well, you said you could watch it. You could just go with me on this journey.
Transformers 3 is one of them.
Yeah.
What else? As a kid, I watched the first Star Wars movie, A New Hope.
Yeah.
Like over and over. I would burn out the VHS. And Ninja Turtles 1, the original
Teenage Mutant
movie.
Ninja Turtles.
With the like, they had full costumes, and then the masks were like animatronics.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, like it was actual, but the mouths
totally tubular.
But they didn't match what they were saying.
Yeah.
But still, like it was just cool at the time to see that. And now it's like all CG and stuff. I'm not. The first new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie was okay, but the second one, the first half of it's good, but when Krang comes in, it's just just terrible after.
Every time you talk about the Ninja Turtles, that Soka song comes into my head. She don't want Power Ranger. She don't want Turtle Ninja. What she want? Pokemon.
Why did they say it wrong?
I know. It's
it's
like
not Turtle
Ninja
It's
instead of
Ninja
Ninja Turtles. The woman wants a Pokemon.
God damn it.
Pikachu!
You used to listen to those songs and dance to those songs.
A
Wow.
lot.
You were big into soca.
I was.
I did not. I hated it.
That was, guys, if you want to listen to that song, you can look it up on YouTube. It's Square One Pokemon.
Please don't.
That's if you want to go down a rabbit hole. That's one to go down. Like, holy. Okay, it's your turn for a question.
Okay, my turn. All right. We don't really have one of these, but we should probably we'll add a couple to the list now.
Okay.
What are like 3 things on your bucket list?
Oh.
Like we don't actually have a physical list.
No.
But it's good to think about. Maybe we can get some ideas right now.
Okay, 3 things on my bucket list. How about you begin? Die.
Oh man. Okay, here's one. They don't have to be too whatever. They can be anything. So I told you, was it yesterday? I want to see a SpaceX rocket or a shuttle. I want to see a launch of some sort, some rocket or something go into space. I want to go to where is it? Arizona or something?
Probably Florida, really, right? Aren't they taking
I think
Florida?
SpaceX is in LA. I don't know actually. Okay. I should know this. Jeez, I don't know why I don't. But I wanna go and watch one of the launches. Yeah, that's one on my bucket list.
Okay.
Your turn.
I want to go to the French Polynesian Islands. More specifically, I would love to go to Tahiti. There's also the Maldives. I think that's how you say it. That's one of mine.
Yeah.
You
got to show me some videos of that place.
Like, honestly, it's like, it doesn't even seem like a real place to me because it's so beautiful. And I want to stay in a hut on the water, but like, our whole wedding cost less than what 2 nights in that would be. Yeah. So, like,
yeah, that's why it's a bucket list.
Yeah. So I think the Maldives, it's Maldives. I think that's where I'd like to go.
Yeah. Okay. I want to, one thing for me is skydiving. I want to do that. I haven't done that.
I will try.
You'll try? But when we go for the first time, it's got to be intent, like with a person on your back.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, so we can't just jump out.
Well, because remember, we watched the challenge. Remember Jordan? Like, when they were trying to land, and he even had something on his back, and he jacked up his legs.
Yeah, that's so, like... The challenge is, sometimes it's way too dangerous. Yeah. But, skydiving is another one. That's, like, pretty reasonable. Like, it's not, like... It's too expensive or it's too far away. We can even
try the iSky first.
They do those.
The indoor skydiving ones.
Yeah, indoor skydiving things. I want to try that too.
At Costco, they're selling like cheaper passes for like $59. Really? Yeah, I saw it today. I thought about it, and then it was like,
that's awesome.
Wait,
I want to try that.
I'm like 8.5 months pregnant.
Oh yeah.
In a week, I'll be 9 months pregnant.
Yeah, you can't do that.
So not something I can do right now, but we could definitely do it on mat leave.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, you're up.
So my number 2, I guess my number 2 bucket list thing would be to own the Model X.
Oh yeah.
Tesla's Model X. That's my dream. The Falcon doors. I want the white interior. I want the black exterior on the Model X. It's my dream. I want fully automated, so I never have to do anything.
Damn, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Man, I never thought of that.
Okay, crap. You're up. Numero 3.
Oh man, Tesla Model X. Can I steal that one?
Nope. You can have your own dreams, pumpkin.
Just like your Fiji one, which is like. Well, mine... Okay, no, actually...
I love that the only place I didn't say was Fiji.
Yeah? Didn't you say that?
I said Tahiti and then Maldives. Tahiti. But yes, Fiji is in the French Polynesian Islands. So I would go to Fiji too.
Okay. I was going to say similar to that, but this isn't even in the... This isn't even close. Not even in the same universe.
Oh, gosh.
I want to go to the International Space Station. Or... Actually, that might be too much.
I thought you were going to say like...
In a couple years...
Caribbean Island.
In a couple years, what they're going to be doing is doing...
you're talking about in space.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what Jeff Bezos is doing, he's you know how Elon has SpaceX?
Yes.
Jeff Bezos is he made Amazon, so he's the richest man in the whole world.
Yeah.
He's got, I forget how many billions, but he's the richest guy in the world. So he has Blue Origin, I think it's called, and that's his rocket company. So they're both doing rockets.
That's cool.
And he's not far behind. Some say his tech is even better than Elon's.
Really?
So he's concentrating on his space tourism.
Elon Musk is everything. So if he's close to Elon.
Yeah, he's close. And he has way more money than Elon too. He has like unlimited money. So he's pretty close. I'll show you some stuff on him after. But he wants to focus on space tourism. So what he's going to be doing in a couple of years, I think 2 years from now, maybe the end of this year, is they're going to have shuttles go up that have like passengers, maybe 6 to 7 people. And they're going to go into orbit for like 5 to 10 minutes and then come back down. So you're in weightlessness. You can float around for 5 to 10 minutes and you can see the planet. And then you come back down. So
I wonder how much that's gonna cost.
It's gonna be crazy at first, like everything, and then eventually it'll come down. So I'm talking like
the Amazon Echo.
Yeah.
Because now it's like the big one that we have is $199.
Like $100.
Yeah.
But so in like 10 to 20 years, I want us to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and eventually a moon hotel and like, oh man, okay, I can keep going.
Yeah. Okay, my third bucket list. I love YouTube. I love our show. I love our podcast. I love everything. But I think I'll always I'll always want television.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You want like a TV show?
Not even necessarily a show. Like I could be a drop-in character, or I could be a voice actor if I'm too old, or I could, anything. But like Jerry Stiller gives me so much hope, because his big break was like in his 60s.
Jerry Stiller.
He got Seinfeld as George's father.
George's dad, yeah.
And then he's not Doug's father, Karen's father in King of Queens.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like
Arthur.
had these. Yeah, he's Arthur. He had these two huge roles.
Yeah, and two huge sitcoms.
Yeah, in his 60s, or his early 60s, late 50s. So I feel like maybe I'm Betty White or something, Like,
you're not even old though. You can
I'm saying like it could be like 30 years before I actually do end up on television or something, but
television is dying. YouTube and stuff is like becoming even way more popular.
List.
I know. But you're ready. Okay, I get
Just
it.
allow me
but
to
TV's
have
a dying medium.
I understand. But before it is dead, I would like
be on it?
to, even if I were in like a Netflix movie or something, I would be so happy.
Yeah, no matter what, like even if YouTube is like way bigger, we get more views than like a network television show. So the average person, if you tell them you're on TV,
they're like,
whoa, that's crazy, amazing. And it got like 10,000 views, but your YouTube show gets like 1 million.
Yeah.
Like people won't understand.
But like almost 57,000 subscribers, and it's like, still, it's like, well, I watched this program on the television.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But all our listeners know. All our listeners are super smart, and they all know.
Cool questions about the bucket list. Okay, so I'm up next.
That's it with the bucket list? Okay.
Well, that's 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to talk about, it's going to kind of bleed into a second question, but the first one is, tell me about a job that you had that you never knew you would like. Like, did you ever go for a job interview and you didn't know what the job was or anything like that?
A job I didn't know I would like.
Yeah, that you started working at, you didn't know you would like it.
Man, I guess camp counselor.
Camp counselor. Okay.
Yeah, because that's back when I was super. I was shy after that as well, but I'm really introverted, and then working with kids and in a classroom.
It was cool.
It was at first I was super scared. I just needed money, and my friend hooked me up. My friend Wyatt, he hooked me up, and then when I started doing it, and then I realized how to get the kids on my side, I guess.
Yeah.
Then it was really fun, and I actually enjoyed it, and yeah, it was good. It was cool. It wasn't scary anymore. I was just like, I was the cool camp counselor, and that was fun.
I'm hip and I'm jive.
What about you? What was yours?
Okay, so this one is kind of awesome. So there was a summer between, what was it? I think it was between either 3rd and 4th year university, or between 4th and teacher's college. No, it was between 4th year and teacher's college. And I had applied for all these jobs online because my friend Peta told me the city of Toronto was doing hiring. So I went on and I applied for all these jobs. And then she got a call for putting garbage calendars in everyone's mailbox. And then I got a call to come in for the interview. So I went in for the interview thinking that it was the garbage calendar one. And then I went in and I sat in the interview, and I sort of like, I was like, well, this doesn't seem to be about garbage calendars. And I didn't want to ask. And I killed the interview. I just tried to give generic examples for things when they would ask me. It was a lot of like sales type questions. And I was like, it seems weird because I'm not selling anything, giving out garbage calendars. And then it turned out later that I had actually been interviewing for a position at Toronto Animal Services. So I was way off.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it turned out to be like such a cool job. I met some great people that summer, and I did it the summer after too. But it's where I met my friend Paula, and that.
Oh, didn't she move to?
Yeah, she got a job on a cruise ship.
Right.
And then she fell in love with a Dutchman, and then she moved to the Netherlands, and now they have a baby, and they've been together. They just celebrated 5 years together. But I just, like, I met her there, and I didn't think anything of that relationship, but God, it bloomed and blossomed, and we would travel together, and we did all these cool things. And it was like I ended up with this friend that I don't know, is an indescribable friend.
Yeah, that's cool.
Did you get anyone like that?
Working? No, all my friends are from my high school.
Yeah,
Our high school, yeah, that I met in high school. I don't have any like long-term friends that I met outside of high school.
Actually, some of your high school friends I met before you.
Yeah, like Ryan.
Yeah, and Charlie.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I went to elementary school with them.
So if you guys don't know, you're going to be hearing Ryan a lot mentioned.
Ryan's his bestie.
He's my best friend. So, and he's probably listening too. So shout out to Ryan. But you're going to hear about him a lot probably in many of my stories.
Yeah. Because he's like the only person that you really hang out with anyway now.
Yeah,
right?
but even like when we go into like stories from our past, like old
it's
stories.
Always Ryan guy.
Yeah, Ryan's been there for forever.
So I want to talk about Paula for a second. This is how I knew that I loved her. There was a moment where we were municipal employees, so we were like complaining about something with the city, and we were putting our stuff into the trunk to go out for the day, because we would sell dog and cat licenses door to door, and we were complaining, whatever, and just talking. And then it finished, like we wrapped up. We all got in the car and we started driving. And then this guy, he goes, "So what do you guys think about this?" Like, and it was exactly what we had just been talking about.
Yeah.
And it was as if he forgot that the conversation had happened, or he didn't realize that we had all had that conversation at the trunk. And then I was gonna just kind of let it go, you know? So I was sitting in the front in the passenger seat, and then there's this guy, Joel, driving. And then Paula's in the back, and the guy, Omar, and then someone else is in the back. And Paula's like, "We already talked about this at the trunk." And just shut it down, right? And then he got so mad. And he's like, You're a typical bee. Like a witch with a bee, right? And then Paula's like, just said that thing. She's like, "Okay." And then it was like dead silent in the car. And I'm like, please don't let me burst out laughing. Like, please. You know those moments where you know it's completely inappropriate? And I was ready to burst. And then Joel leans over and turns up the radio. And I'm sitting there and I'm trying to hold my laughter and I'm crying, right? And then every time I saw her after that, I would welcome her and greet her by calling her a typical bee. And that was what solidified my love for her, because she's like, "I don't care, I am." But yeah, it was great. And then we used to just go to resorts together. Like we wouldn't see each other for the whole year. And then we would contact each other in like October, and she'd be like, "Hey, where do you want to go this year?" And we would leave for Christmas every year.
Cool.
Yeah, until she left me for Pim.
She left you.
So if Pim's listening, thanks for that, buddy. But I guess it forced me to fall in love, you know, and like go find my own person instead of waiting for Paula to come back. So it was good. But yeah, so you never had a job that you didn't know you'd like.
I told you.
Oh, I forgot.
I said that at the trunk. I worded that wrong, but yeah, you didn't listen to me.
We already talked about it.
We already talked about that at the start of it. I answered you.
Okay.
You weren't listening.
I was. The timer turned off here. Okay, go ahead. Ask me your next question.
All right. So I know we've talked about this.
At the trunk?
You son of a bun.
Son of a boom.
We talked about this a lot before, but we have to kind of come up with like a serious plan. This is a serious issue.
Okay.
And we have to figure out what exactly we're gonna do about it. Okay.
Okay.
So.
Oh God.
Us and for all the listeners out there, you have to have your plan ready because it could happen at any moment. Okay, so everyone should do this. I highly recommend it. So if it happens, and you know what it is.
Tell them what it is.
The zombie apocalypse.
I I knew it.
If that happens, what would your plan be? Like, where would you go? What would you do? And what also determines that too is what type of zombies are we talking about? Are we talking about what was that called? 28 Days Later zombies? Do you know what those are?
I didn't watch that.
So those zombies are just pretty much zombies, but they could sprint. They could run at you full speed.
Yikes.
So just imagine The Walking Dead, and then all the zombies can sprint.
Nope.
that's ridiculous. Like that would change the whole show.
Yes.
Because then walkers would be just like
yeah,
they're no joke. So I'm not talking about those zombies, because if that happened, have you seen World War Z with Tom Cruise? Not Tom Cruise.
Yeah, it is Tom Cruise.
No, Brad Pitt. It's Brad Pitt.
What's the one with Tom Cruise?
Zombies with Tom. Tommy doesn't.
World War something.
Oh, War of the Worlds.
War of the Worlds. That's sorry. That would have bothered me.
So World War Z has Tom Cruise.
No,
sorry. World War Z has
Pitt.
Brad Pitt. Have you seen World War Z?
No.
Okay, so those are sprinting zombies as well. So we're talking about like Walking Dead type zombies.
Okay, because there's also the ones with Will Smith. Remember that one?
I Am Legend style.
Those ones. If it was I Am Legend, I would just give up.
Well, no, you have a chance with I Am Legend because they only come at night. During the day, they can't stand sunlight.
So if we just have the lights on all the time.
But then you just lock it down during the day, which is what he did. He had all those shutters and locked it down.
I don't know, man. Those zombies were scary, and the dog was a zombie.
Yeah, and dogs can be zombies, which is a problem. And
became a zombie. I can't even.
Did you notice there was a leader that was smarter than the rest? Yeah. So not those zombies. Let's not think about those.
Here.
Me? You're talking about?
No.
You know they can't see that.
I forgot. I was pointing at myself and flexing.
All right, so let's go with Walking Dead zombies. So right now we'd have to get in the car. We have to bring as much food and water as we could.
Well, wouldn't we just go to Costco and loot?
Well, everybody would go to Costco and loot.
Oh.
And how far away are the zombies? So we need to get a pack, like a apocalypse pack of like.
So we need some steaks too, like Morgan's thing.
Oh, I thought you meant like food. I was like, what? Those are gonna go bad.
No, like Morgan's.
We need weapons,
like a vampire steak. Maybe we could fix the Nerf gun to like be spears at the end.
They're not that powerful. Like even if it was sharp, it would just kind of bounce off your head. Yeah. So we need weapons. Okay. We need some kind of like wooden staff. Yeah, hardened wooden staff with a spike on one end.
Yes.
All right, but we need to like and then we need a pack of stuff we can just grab and put in the car.
Like the baby bags?
Yes, like zombie baby bag packs.
Okay.
We need extra gasoline.
Yes, for sure.
Okay.
A lot of it, unless we had Teslas.
Exactly. Then we would need actually we'd be screwed if we had Teslas.
Well, we could just get a solar roof.
Yeah, but it'll charge really slow.
Okay. Not if we went to California.
No.
California.
You know, I'm not sure about if clouds matter. I think UV rays go through the clouds.
They do go through the clouds because you can get burned. Because you're not burned by the sun, you're burned by the UV rays, right?
Yeah, so I think that's debunked.
Take it from me and my clear skin.
Yeah.
I get burned all the time.
I don't get burned.
You got burned in St. Lucia, buddy.
I got burned once in my whole life for like 5 minutes.
I don't burn.
Okay, come on, focus. Yeah. This is a serious issue.
I am focused.
Okay, we need extra gasoline for the car.
Gasoline. Got it.
And we need to have a place to go. So our plan was always
a boat.
But
now we've been playing The Walking Dead and we've discovered that all the boats are going to be gone in Savannah.
Yeah, we never thought of that.
No.
By the time we drive all the way up north.
Well, yeah, you're right. Unless we just drove like 5 minutes south to Lake Ontario. There's not a marina near
We
there.
got to scout it out, see if there's boats.
Yeah. Which one we're going to jack if things turn bad.
We got to go jack a boat. And we always thought of going to an island. My thought was to drive up north and then get to Muskoka.
Yeah, get to some island there.
Because that Like
they
I have.
kill all the humans that are on there. No, just kidding. I'm totally kidding.
Why you okay? Well,
Murder them. So we
hold on.
take all their supplies.
We're not there yet. So
call myself Negan.
So
Follow my rules.
Jane, everyone's Jane. Who are you? Jane.
Bima, who are you?
It's so like not intimidating.
Yeah. It's like the
Jane.
sweetest, softest name.
So okay, we go to Muskoka. The reason why I picked that island was because
Well, Muskoka's not an island, but I know what
not
you mean.
an island?
No, there are islands up in Muskoka, but it's not an island. It's a
okay,
place.
okay,
Yeah.
it's like a place, and then there's islands there.
Yes.
So a lot of rich what do you say? Rich people go there.
Not even rich. They're usually inherited the houses,
Oh.
and people bought them like a long time ago.
But they're nice big houses, I guess. I have no idea.
I've been once actually to a cottage up north. I'm not sure if it was Muskoka or where, but it was on a private island. But there were 4 cottages on the island.
Okay, so that's why I'm saying we need to
I
go
can't
to a
remember.
place like that.
Yeah.
So we can either side with them, or
Yeah.
because they're like rich
get
and
them off
like
the island.
and like inheritance people, we just kill them.
Now they have a tape if the justice system ever comes back.
What do you
after
mean?
The
After the apocalypse, we will be the justice system. So we go there, we get to that island, we'd either side with them or kill them and take over that island.
Okay.
Okay?
But then we know about waterlogged zombies. So what if they come up?
That's another thing. Because
Yeah.
Fear the Walking Dead, we saw that they can wash
come out of the
up.
water. Yeah.
So we'd have to build a perimeter.
Yeah. Well, they had tried that.
No, they had.
Fear, didn't they?
I think they built or they had like a flimsy gate, like a chain link fence.
I can't remember. We watched that so long ago.
Yeah, we should really watch that.
We gotta
should
finish.
react to
We
that.
never even finished season 1.
But I know we should.
I think we watched like.
Let us
5
know if you want us
episodes
to
or something.
react to Fear the Walking Dead. So we have to get the island. We need to secure a perimeter around it.
Yeah.
We have to build some kind of wall.
With sandbags or something.
Sandbags.
Yeah. Why are you laughing? How's a
Sandbags.
zombie gonna get over a sandbag? It's so heavy.
How high?
We could go high. That's what they do when there's like tsunamis and stuff, man.
Sandbags?
Yeah.
Like human height?
You could go higher than that.
Or how about we build like some kind of wood
Yeah,
fence
I
and
guess
then
we
we
could do
build
that, too.
cement and then we'd kind of.
Yeah. Okay. Well, how are we getting the cement on the island?
Well, we're
man?
getting sandbags. Oh, from sand.
From the sand. Oh, Bimo, you frightened me. Hi, Bubba.
That's the second time you got scared by Bimo this week.
Yep. Episode 4, guys. She's here. She has to make her appearance.
Okay,
She
so
loves the podcast.
make a perimeter and then we'd have to get food, but we'd have to start
Yeah.
farming.
Well, Bimo could fish for us too.
Yeah. Okay. I think you're
Distracted.
you're distracting now.
Yeah. She came up. What are you
So
gonna do?
we got pretty far on that. So we're on the island and we're building a perimeter,
so
but
what
we still have to
happens-
worry about
let
food
me ask
and
you,
water.
what happens if the apocalypse breaks out and I'm home and you're not home and cell phone towers are
Oh
down?
my
and everything?
gosh, that's okay. We needed somewhere to meet.
Yeah.
Never thought of that.
Do I just stay here until you get home?
So I'm not home.
You're not home. Do I stay put until you get home?
Yeah.
There's no way for us to contact each other.
Yeah, I would come home.
Okay, so
Then we'd go
Bimo
from here.
and I would stay
because
here.
no matter where I go, it would be probably south, right? And I would
Yeah.
want to get north,
It's
away
true.
from the city, because that's more walkers.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So you stay home, or if I'm home and you're out, you come
I
home
get
first,
home. I find a way to get home.
and then we go up north.
Yeah.
Okay. Deal.
Deal.
Okay.
That's it. We got it.
Got
down
it.
packed.
That's down.
Okay, let's
We
see.
still have to work on our survival plan, but
Yeah.
that'll be later on.
Okay, so this was a question somebody wanted to know. First experience with the in-laws. Like, what do you remember about meeting my parents for the first time?
Barely anything.
So, do you want
I
to
think-
know when you first met them?
Wasn't it? I came in and went to your room to get alcohol or something.
No, I think it was at your grandfather's funeral.
That wasn't my first experience.
No? I couldn't go. My parents went because I was away with the students at OFSA.
That wasn't my first experience
No?
with them.
Okay.
I think it was
then
like
it was to go to my room because I used to go on vacations all the time. Then I'd bring back bottles of liquor and throw them in my closet. So we came to get a bottle of rum or something from the Dominican.
It wasn't really like a definitive moment of,
It was just like, hey.
Hi, here's the parents. It's just like,
Yeah.
Hey, how's it
Well, and
going?
they didn't know how special you were yet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember mine. I was all nervous to meet your mom, your sister.
My mom can be like...
Intimidating.
Yeah, intimidating.
Yeah. But she was good. She was nice to me. For the most part, I think. Bimo, she's going to bite me. But yeah, I didn't... I remember meeting your dad more. Mm-hmm. Because it was so funny.
What happened? I forget.
So when I met JB's dad, I said, "Hi, I'm Jane," and can I say your last name? You don't want me to?
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay. So, and he's like, I shook his hand. I'm like, "Hi, I'm Jane." He's like, "Hello, I'm Mr. Vickers."
Okay, guys. Okay, you tell me. Is that so weird?
Yeah, it's so weird.
I don't understand why Jane...
We're not kids.
Jane thinks it's so weird to call... because he said that. I'm like, why is that weird?
Because we weren't kids.
I know, but I just don't. I don't get it.
I mean, I'm a professional. Like I'm a high school teacher, and you want me to call you Mr. Vickers? It would be like if my principal was like, "Oh yeah, call me Miss Lumix," or whatever. I just made up the name. I saw it on the camera. Yeah. But it was so funny.
I guess after a certain age, you're not going to call that person.
Like the end of high school, it's over,
Yeah.
But it's so funny.
I just never thought of that. I never really addressed my friends' parents with their first name.
Yeah. And like my girlfriends, I call their mom. I'm like, "Hi, mommy," or "Hi, mom," when I go into the house. Mm-hmm. Or "Hi, dad."
But would you find it weird saying their first name? Like, "Hey, Frank."
My close friends' parents?
Yeah.
No. I mean.
But do you see how it's a little bit like weird?
No. Like, I mean, if you were calling my parents by their last name, I don't know. I think it would be so weird.
Miss Merrim, Mr. Merrim.
Hello, Mr. Merrim.
So. I don't know.
It's almost hilarious,
But you call your friend's mom, your friend's
Mommy.
parents' mom and dad. Like, that's even more weird.
But I've known them since, like, PETA. She was at my 6th birthday. Like, she's been my best friend since.
Yeah,
we
but
were
you're a
6 years
professional
old.
and you're still calling her mommy.
That's different.
No, it's not. It's weird too.
No, it's not. But I mean, I just can't imagine. I don't know. I thought it was so funny. And then when I told my girlfriends about it, they were laughing too. Like, they thought it was hilarious.
Huh.
And
I guess different groups of people, it seems weird to different groups. I think if you asked any of my friends, they think it's normal.
Yeah.
Because even like people still call, like when we went to Eric's kid's birthday a couple years ago, like they still called his dad Mr. Yao. Like everybody did. And
really?
It was completely normal. So I think for each group, it just
depends.
It's different. Yeah.
I guess so. But
guys, let us know about that. In your group, do you call your friends' parents by their first name?
At what age? Let's ask. At what age is it appropriate?
Yeah,
to
or
start calling your friends' parents by their first name.
Or if ever, do you call them by their first names, or do you still refer to them as Mr. or Mrs. whatever? Or do you call them mom and dad, which is even more weird?
Just my closest friends, but. I thought it was like even funnier that
like
I
Laura's
just
parents.
didn't
What do you call her? What do you call them?
Mom and dad.
Shoot.
Yeah. I call Laura's parents
what
mom
about
and dad.
Stacy?
Laura, Stacy, and PETA. I call their parents mom and dad.
Okay. Paula's parents.
I don't call them anything actually.
I don't call your parents anything. I make it a point to not say have to call them because I don't know what to say.
Ann and Pat.
I know, but it
feels weird to you?
Yeah, it just feels weird.
That's so
I've never said Pat, come here, or Ann, come here. I've never said their names.
Wow. My dad, his parents, they wouldn't allow us to call them grandma and grandpa.
No.
We had to call them Eddie and Nora.
That's what their
first names.
First names.
Yeah, Eddie and Nora. But we weren't allowed to call them grandma and grandpa, but I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So I called them grandma, and my grandpa died before I really got speaking. But I guess I must have called him grandpa when I was little too. But I couldn't call them Eddie or Nora. It felt wrong.
Mm-hmm. What do you call my dad?
Calvin.
Sometimes you say Cal.
I know. I shorten everyone's name.
No one calls him Cal.
Why can't I call him Cal? It's like calling Peta Gay, Peta or P. Or Paula P.
When my parents are around, I don't ever hear, like, you don't say their names a lot, like my mom.
Your mom texts me a lot, and then I'll always say, hi, Catherine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So okay. I call her by her first name.
All right.
But what am I supposed to call her mom?
No, I don't care.
Isn't it funny that she is my mother-in-law, but I find it weird to call her mom, but not Laura, Peta, or Stacy's mom? I'm like totally fine calling them mom.
Yeah.
And I don't call my own mom.
No?
What do I call my mom?
Anne.
No. I call her mama.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was.
What do I call my dad?
Papa. Pops. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Was that your question? Was that?
That was yours. No, that was actually one from YouTube. The first experience with the in-laws. So yeah, I did think it was hilarious when your dad said to call him Mr. Vickers.
Yeah.
It was cute. But yeah,
you got any more?
Yeah. Why are you out? You're not prepared.
I thought, well, mine was supposed to last a lot longer, and they didn't. They ended up not. Don't laugh at me.
Okay, so I want to talk about something kind of cool. Sorry. And different from what we've been talking about. I want to talk about experience with roommates.
Hey, that's the one I have. Well, living with roommates, good and bad.
Okay, well,
and I was like,
you didn't jump on it.
That's crazy.
That's okay. So tell me,
I was gonna say that, but I decided not to. What has been your
experience with roommates?
Oh my gosh, you don't think that's weird that I was gonna say that and I said, I'll think of something else, and then you said it?
Baby, we're always on the same page. Like, I live in your brain, you live in mine.
Yeah,
it's just how it goes. Tell me about your favorite roommate.
Okay, living with roommates. The only time I did was when I moved out.
The answer is you.
Oh yeah, you're my favorite. You're my favorite. Obviously, you're my favorite.
Yeah.
So the first time I had roommates was first I lived with my parents. Parents got a divorce. Lived with my dad, and then I rented out the basement in my dad's house.
Yeah.
And I paid rent.
Yeah.
And then he was charging me $700 a month for rent. Mm-hmm. And then which was ridiculous at the time. It was so expensive for me, but it forced me to get like a pretty good job as an electrician to pay for it.
Yeah.
And it like I hated it at the time, but it taught me to be more independent
and responsible with money.
And responsible, yeah. So one of my best friends, Charlie, his parents were retiring and they were going to sell their house, but and move up north to a cottage. They owned a house and a cottage, and they were retiring, sell the house and move up north. But they told Charlie that they would leave the house to him for a year before they sell it.
Yeah.
So Charlie came to us with an idea. Me and my other best friend at the time, Wyatt. He said, let's split the rent 3 ways and we'll all live in this house together. So it was
a little frat house.
Yeah. So it was $300 a month.
Pretty good.
For a whole house, which was sick at the time. Like I was.
Well, 300 plus bills, right?
It was like $311, like nothing.
Oh, like everything in.
Yeah. So it was a good deal for me, but it was only 1 year.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you have 1 year until you're gonna go out on your own.
Like start saving.
Yeah. So, but that was a really cool experience. It started off really fun, and then it didn't get like crappy or anything, but it just wasn't the same. Like our friendship changed. Just our whole outlook. Like for me at first, we'd all hang out together. We'd all kind of like, we'd have parties and stuff. But then after a while it got old. Yeah. And then I would see them all the time every day.
And you got sick of them.
I got sick of it. And then I just, after a certain amount of time, I'd go to work, come home, and go to my room and close the door. And then just like watch TV or play video games, whatever I did. But yeah, it got played out pretty quick.
I find it so funny that we lived across a main street from each other, but we didn't cross paths.
No,
but
not
Charlie
once.
and I used to see each other on the bus, the TTC. And we would chat sometimes on the TTC.
That's crazy. Yeah, we lived so close.
And he was living with you, and I, like, we didn't cross paths.
And you never came over to any of our parties or
No, I
like
didn't go to
just to
parties.
come and hang out with us? Like,
No, I know, crazy. I was in a relationship, like a strange relationship kind of thing, where we were like, I don't know, we weren't right for each other, and then we kind of like held each other back from things, I think.
Yeah.
So I didn't go to parties because I was afraid that he would get upset. And then he would go to parties and I would get upset. So, you know, it was different. It was hard.
Yeah.
It was just, I don't know. I don't think I would have fit in with your people either back then.
No,
I was
probably
a different
not.
person.
Yeah. That's a whole other thing with my friends at the time. Like, I don't know if I want to get into that. Like how.
Up to you.
Yeah, just a lot of my friends back then were, not to say the people I lived with were, but a lot of my friends around that were pretty much alcoholics.
Yeah.
Like when you look back at it now.
Like I drank a little bit, but no, I wasn't crazy.
But we drank like all the time.
Wouldn't have been my scene.
No, it was like it was very much like a frat house. But when you think about a frat house, it's like, oh, they just drink all the time, so they're alcoholics.
Yeah.
But that doesn't turn out good later on when you quit drinking and then your friends are still alcoholics.
Yeah.
And then you lose all your friends. But
yep.
Yeah, so.
Okay, so my experience with roommates. My first roommate was Adrienne, who was one of the bridesmaids at my wedding. She was probably the most amazing person, first person in the world that I lived with, because like the minute I moved in, we hit it off. And we were talking, and we were living in this place called Alumni Hall. It was at the University of Windsor. And it was like 2 bedrooms in a little suite, and there was a bathroom inside. And then the first time, like, our conversation was going so well on the first day that I was afraid to like go to the washroom in case the conversation stopped and then we couldn't pick it up again. So I went into the washroom and left the door open and kept talking to her.
Oh my God.
The first day we lived together.
First day?
Like we were together like 5 hours maybe, and then I was peeing with the door open.
Oh, okay, it was pee. Okay,
You know,
that's not that
Of course, I wouldn't
bad.
drop a toozy with the door open. But anyway, you always take it to boops.
Hey, well, that
So
would have
was
been
you.
more extreme, but that's...
No, but so I peed with the door open, and then like a year later when I moved out first. I had made her a scrapbook of our first year together. I still have it. Like I made a copy for each of us, and then she wrote me like this 4-page letter, and it was like one of the first
like
lines.
that Aaliyah song.
Yeah, one of the first lines was like, I knew that it was going to be a good year when you peed with the door open as soon as we met. And I was just like, I love her. Like, she's one of the most special people to me.
You guys are still really close now, right?
Yeah,
You guys played on the same soccer team.
Yeah, like I would drive to Vaughn's just so I could see her like once a week. Like we were guaranteed to see each other playing soccer. And like I didn't give a crap about soccer, right? I just wanted to see Adrienne, and then I fell in love with soccer.
Yeah, and you were really good at it. Like that was 2 years ago when you started, or
it was like 4 years ago now.
4 years ago. Okay.
Yeah, or 5 years ago because it was when we started dating.
Yeah. But you were just like a natural at soccer.
It just I really missed an
football.
opportunity. I didn't know that I was good.
Yeah, if you played football or soccer when you were a kid.
Can't believe it.
You're fast, you have stamina, you have strong legs. Oh my
striker,
gosh.
like, shoot.
That would have been the ultimate combination.
There was a season where I scored a minimum of a goal every game.
Yeah, and this is someone who's never played soccer before in her life.
And it was like so infuriating. And I got a hat trick one time. I don't know if that's what you call it in soccer too.
Yeah, hat trick. 3 goals.
Yeah.
Hat trick.
So, and it was just, all I could think was like, man, why didn't I play soccer?
What else is it called, a hat trick?
in hockey.
Oh, okay.
Because
Oh,
they
yeah,
always
yeah,
throw
yeah.
them on the ice.
Right, right.
Yeah. So Adrian was my first roommate, and then I moved in with the second year. She was an RA, so she couldn't leave residence, but I moved into a house with 2 girls and 2 guys, and it was the first time that I really wondered how much trouble I would get into for murdering someone.
Well, the boys?
The 2 boys. Yeah. So we had like a farmhouse style sink, right? So 1 sink, not 2 sinks. So these disgusting 2 boys, they obviously had someone wiping their bum their whole lives, right? Like they had never done anything. So they would eat on dishes and then put the dishes in the sink and then like all their stuff, like just let it pile up. And in a university house, you take care of your stuff, you put it away.
Yeah,
I know
for sure.
In this house, you take care of everything, but
yeah, what happened to that?
Listen, I'm just saying.
It's gotten so bad when she finishes eating, she'll just leave her dish and get up. Like leave it on the table.
I might use it again.
And then get up and leave it there.
I'll put it away. Because I did that right before we came up here.
Yeah, the apple core.
Yeah. Did you throw it out?
No.
Okay, I'll do it. I guess. Anyway, so these boys put their dishes in the sink, and like finally I got so mad. I like pretty much was like yelling. I'm like, do your freaking dishes. I can't take this. So one of the guys filled the sink with water and then put it in suds. And then for 2 weeks, the dishes were sitting in there and flies were starting to come, right?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. And they just kept adding more dishes to the sink. So then the dishes all came from me. Like I had got them from my neighbor who gave them to me. So the house dishes were mine. So then I got one of the girls, Tammy, and I said, like, yo, I'm down for this. Are you down? And she's like, I'm down. So we took the dishes out of the sink and smashed them in the backyard on the cement. And then we told the boys, go clean up the dishes. And then I think we had paper plates after that.
You should have just like took them and just put them in your room.
Yeah, I was beyond. Okay. It was like there were flies. We couldn't put our hand in the sink because the water was gray.
Another way to do it was to have each person have 1 plate.
Yeah, like we only have 2 plates here.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. Like we only have I have a black plate. Yours is turquoise.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a really good way to minimize dishes.
Yeah, but these 2 a-holes.
And then at first, were you friends with them? And then after you hated them?
Hated them.
Hated.
Like it was at first I had met them when they moved in, right? And then it got to a point where I couldn't be in the same room as them.
Really?
Yeah, I hated them so much.
There was only a year you did that?
It was a year, and I almost didn't make it the year because I was so angry.
Wow.
So I moved out, and then I moved in with like a few girls, like 3 girls. And then after that, it was I was still living with them, but I sent home my bed and my drawers and my desk and everything. So my room was empty, and I moved in with my university boyfriend. And yeah, he couldn't believe it that I had sent my stuff home, but I was like, I sent it home like a month ago. Yeah. You just didn't know. So, yeah. And then I ended up in a big fight with 2 of those 3 girls. Tammy and I are still friends. Like I still love her. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm friends with Charlie and Wyatt still too.
Yeah. But the other 2
just saw them a couple weeks ago.
They were so mad at me for I guess for leaving. I don't know what for.
I don't know, man.
Yeah. And then after that, I lived with Teabag. She was great. And we had some crazy, and we had some crazy roommates, other ones. But we didn't care about them. And then they were scared of Trisha. It was so funny. She's like 90 pounds soaking wet. And they were so scared of her. It was so funny. I was like, how can they be scared of you and not me? It was great. Yeah. And then I moved in with you.
All right. Yeah.
And
maybe we can talk about that next episode, like when we moved in together, where we're living.
That's a good idea.
And then
write that down.
And then the move to I write it after, and the move to the condo, and then the move to the house, and then the purchase. Yeah, so we'll get into all that. The purchase of
our dream home.
Yeah, so we'll get into that.
We'll talk about that.
That'll be a cool topic.
Yeah. And what else? What your expectations for the dream home are?
Oh man, I can't wait.
I know what I want the backyard to look like. I've been thinking about it a
You know what? All I've been thinking about is like how we're gonna set up for YouTube. Like that's all I've been thinking about.
So I've been thinking about that too. It's got to be in the basement.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the basement being just like a whole YouTube space.
The studio,
like a podcast area, what's it called? Reaction video area.
Yeah, and then because it's a back walkout, we don't have to have people walking through our house, like where our children are and stuff, right? We can just have them come straight to the back and come in.
Oh, when we're having guests and stuff like that, yeah. And maybe like we can talk about our plans for like the future of the show.
Yeah.
Like part of for me it's I kind of want to do like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Good Mythical Morning.
Good Mythical Morning.
I kind of see us as like a couple, Canadian version of that show.
The Canadian, eh? Am I Rhett or Link?
You're definitely Link.
I think I'm Link too.
Yeah, I'm Rhett.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, like a Canadian.
I even say things like him. Like, remember when there was like, we got this baby chair that like shakes, and I said it's like a baby vibrator, and then everyone in the chat started like dying laughing, and I didn't get it at first, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, you do a lot of those moments.
Yeah, and then we were talking about doing dad jokes, and I was like, yeah, we can have a dad joke off, and then they were dying again. And I'm like, it's not fair that this is who I am. Like, these things just come out of me and I don't notice. But that's exactly what happens with Link, right? So
yeah. So we can talk about our plans for the future of the future, like future ideas of for the show.
Yeah.
We just had a cool idea for our live streams, actually.
Yeah, we did. Actually, it wasn't our idea, though. We can't.
No, it wasn't our idea. Our one of our
listeners, watchers, viewers,
chatters.
I don't know.
Someone in the chat.
Someone from the Ghost Squad.
Yeah, so and it worked out pretty good. So it's like reactions. We do live reactions on our live streams.
And then they super chat for a reaction.
Super chat.
They made us watch this disgusting like red band trailer.
Hey, no, that's not like that was like a movie that is coming out pretty recently.
It was awful.
It was awesome.
It's terrible. So like I
thought it was so sick.
I thought about it.
It was so cool, guys. It's called the Upgrade Red Band trailer.
There's a scene
Man,
with a
it's
knife.
so cool.
You scared mommy.
Again?
Just one time.
So it's called the Upgrade Red Band trailer. If you haven't checked it out, if you haven't seen it, check it out. Check out our reaction to it. We go nuts.
Yeah. I think I lose it more than ever.
So we record these on Wednesday. We're going to do our first episode of like the live reaction show. We're going to try it out, episode 1, and see how it goes.
Yeah. Hopefully it goes well.
Jane, every time I have a new idea, Jane's like, how's it going to fail?
Yeah. I mean, if you didn't have me asking those questions, you would think everything would be a success right away.
I know. So we're going to try that out tonight. This has been great. This has been a great episode.
Before we go, can we talk about the one funny thing that BMO did today?
What's that?
When she tried to jump on top of the pantry.
Oh, my gosh. They're not going to get it because they can't see.
Okay, well, the pantry was like, how tall is it?
Let's say it's
7
like
feet?
Yeah, 7 feet.
Yeah, it's 7 feet tall. So,
and she jumps on top and chills up there.
Yeah. So she jumps from the island we have in the kitchen, or the peninsula, I guess it's called, because it's attached to a wall. But so she went for a jump today and she slipped.
She usually jumps up there easily.
Yeah, no problem. But she slipped on some papers that I hadn't cleaned up, and she was holding on to the top with her two paws.
Like,
hanging.
Okay, just imagine you're on like the monkey bars and you're hanging with your hands up. Like Bimo's hands paws were on the top of the pantry and her whole body was like extended long and she was hanging on.
She's like, meow! And Justin
and I went over and I looked and she's like holding on like a human. Like it looked so funny to see her like hanging on like that. Like she's doing a pull-up or something. She held on.
And then you grabbed her and put her on the floor, and then she was trying to act all hype. Yeah. She wouldn't let me pet her. She was like running around like, no, I go to pet her. She like brings her whole body to the floor.
Yeah, but just to see her like her hands up like that and holding on, like
it was so
didn't want to fall.
Funny.
It was good.
Yeah, it was great to see.
All right, let's wrap this up.
All right,
guys, if you haven't already, subscribe to us. If you're listening to this on the YouTube version, I know we had some comments of someone saying, post it on YouTube. You said but
But you can
It's
listen
the
to
audio
them.
version. Yeah, it comes out every single Thursday. The audio version comes out on SoundCloud. It comes out on iTunes. It comes out on any podcast app. So you got 3 places to go to find it every single Thursday. But the YouTube version comes out on the weekend. So we're trying to push people to listen to it on the apps or SoundCloud or iTunes. So that's why
broaden our reach, guys.
Exactly.
And we can only do that with your help.
Another reason why too is because YouTube is kind of all over the place. Like it's not the most reliable source of income. Yeah. So we want to kind of diversify. Like that's why we have Patreon, we have Twitch, and we have the podcast.
Yeah. So we're trying to make sure that if YouTube ever failed, we would be okay.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. And we also love doing the podcast. So
yeah, it's actually it's crazy how quickly an hour goes by for us.
Yeah.
We hope it goes by quickly for you too, but we can't always guarantee that. But yeah,
this was a good episode, I think.
It was fun.
Yeah, let us know about the sound quality. What you guys think?
And some topics for next time. I think that I hugged the mic the whole time.
I think so too. I think I kind of turned my head a lot.
You did. You were looking at me. But I mean, who could blame you?
Guys, give us topics down below, please.
Yes.
Let us know topics and subscribe to us over on SoundCloud. Click that follow button and also hit that heart button. There's a little heart there. Just click that.
Saying that you love
and download the podcast on iTunes, and we're working on Spotify.
Yeah, and join us every Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday on our live stream over on YouTube.
Yep.
And Twitch.
Yeah, and Twitch. So follow us and subscribe on Twitch. I know it's a lot. And buy our merch. So many. And follow and support us on Patreon.
Yeah, and anything else?
And Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. Holy crap.
JB's asking for a lot, guys. All right, that's awesome. Right. Okay, so until next week.
Until next week, guys.
All right, guys. Thank
you so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Catching us when we're out of here. Peace.
If you like that video and you want to see more, go ahead and click that square button.
And if you want to subscribe, click that circle button.
Thanks for being part of Team Go.